Okay. I've highlighted a couple of things, and I can't go through all of them, but I want you to see, in the name of God, the benevolent, the merciful, thanks be to the God, Lord of two worlds, bless are the pious, is how this document begins. This is a religious document. You're not fighting religion? Well, they're announcing themselves as a religion. They break it out into several sections of what has to be done. And they mirror what the global caliphate is, except this one is specifically, how do we infiltrate and destroy the United States of America from the inside? And I just want to give you a couple of things. The stage of inner buildup and tightening the organization, the stage of building mosques and Islamic centers, the stage of building Islamic organizations. These are all the first phase. The stage of building Islamic schools is the first phase. The conviction that the success of the settlement of Islam and its movement in this country is a success to the global Islamic caliphate movement. The true support of the sought-after state, Allah willing. There is a conviction, which this memorandum disagrees, that our focus in attempting to settle Islam in this country will lead to a negligence in our duty to the global Islamic movement in supporting and projecting its established caliphate state. The success, however, of this movement in America in establishing an observant Islamic base with power and effectiveness will be the best support and aid to the global movement project. That's, by the way, just a footnote. Absorbing Muslims and winning them with their factions and their colors in America and in Canada for a settlement project and making it their cause, future, and the basis of their Islamic life in this part of the world. So in other words, silencing all those who might disagree with you in Islam. These are already gone. This is why when we have people testify on Capitol Hill, this is why you will see people like, what's his name, Keith Ellison, shout down those people and call them Islamic haters, even though they're Islamic. They have to silence those people and get them into one block. They've already done it. Using scientific method in planning, thinking, and preparation of studies needed for the process of settlement. Yes, we need this method. We need many studies which aid in this civilization, the jihadist operation. We'll mention some of them briefly. The history of the Islamic presence in America. My son came home the other day and told me that Islam found the United States, not Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They did what now?
He learned that from a friend who goes to school. That Islam, there's a chance that Islam found America. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I knew that.
History of the Islamic presence in America.
All non-Islamophobes know that.
There is a big push now in, David Barton and I talked about this, there's a big push to make the influence on some of the founding fathers Islamic. It's absurd, but it is happening. Islamic movements, and this is the reason why. When David and I talked about that a few months ago, I didn't know why. This is it. The Islamic movements, organizations, analysis and criticism, infiltrate the U.S. society, its makeup and its politics. Infiltrate the U.S. society to get their view of Islam and Muslims, and many other studies which we can direct our brothers and allies to prepare, either through their academic studies or through their educational centers or organizational tasking. It's important that we start this now. Understanding the U.S. society is different in its aspects, and understanding that it qualifies us to perform the mission of settling our people in its own country and then growing it in its own land. Adopting written jurisprudence that includes legal and movement bases, principles, policies, interpretations, which are suitable for the needs and challenges of the process of settlement. They're talking about settling America and making it part of the caliphate. Agreeing on criteria and balances to be sort of antennas or the watchtower in making sure that all of our priorities, plans, programs, bodies, leaderships, monies, and activities march towards this single process of settlement. Another step, understanding the role and nature of the work of the Islamic Center in every city. You want to know why you shouldn't build that mosque down in? All you'd have to do is pull out the document the United States government has, this president knows, written by the Muslim Brotherhood. The center which we seek will be one that constitutes the axis of our movement, the perimeter of the circle of our work, our balance center for the caliphate, the base and the rise of our Dal Arqam, to educate, prepare, and supply our battalions, in addition to being niche of our prayers. Some of the things that they have still to do, but they are moving forward. We can show you this case. They are moving forward on all of these things. The economic organization needs to include an Islamic central bank, Islamic endowments, Islamic investment projects. I will tell you that one of the biggest hedge funds in the world is Islamic now. Organization for interest-free loans, things like that. Scientifically and professionally, we need to have scientific research centers, an Islamic university, Islamic schools, council for education on scientific research, centers to train teachers, an office for academic guidance, culturally and intellectually, Center for Studies and Research, Organization for Islamic Thought and Culture, an office for achieving history and authentication, socially, social clubs for the youth, local societies and social welfare, blah, 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 blah. There is one other piece. It goes into politics and infiltrating politics, and I'm just about out of time. But I want to show you this is a brilliant plan. We need to establish the group of organizations because it will prepare us and put our feet on the right path. They are talking about doing community organizing. We have the seed money for comprehensive media and art organizations. We need art, photographers, producers, program anchors, journalists, in addition to all other media and art experiences. We need a comprehensive Dawah educational organization. We have already ISNA in place. The big challenge ahead is how to turn these seeds or scattered elements into a comprehensive, stable, settled organization that are connected with our movement and will fly in our orbit and take orders from the Muslim Brotherhood guidance. This does not prevent, but calls for each central organization to have its local branches, but its connection with the Islamic center in the city is a must. That's the beginning of the project. Please, I beg of you, get everybody you know together and gather to watch tomorrow. Dish, Channel 212, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the next night, Part 2, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Dish 212, or online at theblaze.com/TV. Sign up now. I believe our country is at stake, and someone must tell you the truth.